Welcome back to the Tale of Two Smitties. I'm Laura, this is Cody, and this week we're going to share 5 things we have learned in our first 3 months of bus life.
If you're new here, thanks so much for joining us. We hope you enjoy your time here. We're thrilled to have you.
Welcome to the Tale of Two Smitties. We're Cody, Laura, and Raleigh. This past year we completed our Skoolie bus conversion, turning a school bus into a tiny home on wheels. Subscribe and come along for the ride as we travel the country in TOTS the Bus.
Run away with me. Meanwhile, in the back seat, limited headroom here. In the back of the TT. No, Laura, you sit up front. No, it's fine. Of course, this is the route with 57 speed bumps on the way.
So if you've been watching us, thank you so much for coming back. We're so grateful for your support, and it really helps us live the lifestyle we're living and share our experiences with you. So if you would, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and make sure you give this video a like.
So we just finished the solar panels this week. So next week we're going to show you the installation of the rack and the panels themselves. But this week we actually left TOTS for a couple days for the first time since moving into the bus. We're staying with my college roommate John and his wife Hillary in San Diego, and running some errands today. So since we're not in the bus this week,
we're going to talk about the 5 lessons we've learned since our first 3 months of living in bus life.
So there are plenty of videos out there talking about the difficulty finding places to park, finding clean water, where to dump trash and empty gray tanks. And those are things that we've experienced too, but we want to dive a little deeper. That info's out there. So these are 5 different things.
Lesson number 1, having a car with us has actually been pretty handy. While it wasn't in our original plan to have the car, and it's really not in our future plans to keep the car with us, it has definitely been very convenient. I use it a lot to run and get groceries, to do our laundry, and since we are still working on some projects, it's been helpful to run to the hardware store and pick up a nut or a bolt for Cody. So it hasn't been all that bad.
It's also been really helpful to scope out places to park. So before I get the bus in there and potentially into a tricky spot, Laura can zip ahead in the car and see what the clearance looks like and all that.
And on travel days, I drive the car behind Cody, which has been kind of like a little bit of a security blanket. I can keep an eye on the items that we have on the back basket. And, you know, it's a behemoth. So it's a little bit helpful as Cody's getting the hang of driving TOTS for me to kind of be able to be behind him and just help keep an eye.
Yeah. So speaking of scoping out parking spots, specifically on BLM land, that brings us to number 2, which is that BLM roads are super rough. They're often gravelly and rocky, even washboard type. And so the bus takes a beating from a vibration and things moving around, not just loose things either. We've actually had spots where joints between wood that had like silicone or some type of sealant in it has pulled apart. Some of our cabinet faces are just getting a little bit of a gap. Most of the time it's just silicone pulling apart from all the moving around. But we've even had a strut kind of get moved a little bit and not really work as well, so we had to take one strut out, just different things like that. So it's been rough, but so far so good. The main thing we were worried about was losing bathroom tile, and we haven't lost any of that, so knock on wood, I think we're okay.
While we have been very careful making sure all of our loose items are safe during travel, our 3rd lesson is that we have a lot of stuff that we really don't need.
Still,
even after multiple minimalism games, video here, we just have a lot of stuff, and we spend almost 30 minutes, give or take, packing up and prepping the bus just to move, and it's just not ideal. It's not convenient. Some of that has been remedied by using quake hold to keep things stuck in place, but we still have a lot of stuff we don't need. So we've got to work on that.
Number 4 is to be organized. Being organized with our routine has been super helpful. It makes meal planning easier, it makes grocery shopping easier, and life in general is just easier.
Being organized with our stuff is also really important. I have learned, living bus life, that having our stuff cluttered and being disorganized in where we're putting things away and all that gives me a lot of anxiety. It really stresses me out when I go into the bus and there's stuff all over where it doesn't belong. So for us, that's really been a big part of what we're learning of bus life.
Number 5, probably our favorite one, is that the nomadic community has just been awesome. We've met so many great people on the road, in real life now, people that we talked to on Instagram before we got on the road that we've met now. It's just been really cool. Supportive, encouraging community. It's just been great.
You know who you are. We love you.
So if you're on the road and you're traveling, we need your recommendation. Where are good spots on the West Coast to spend April and May? We have a general idea of what we want to do, but we're looking for cool places to go. So if you know great weather, great spots, drop them in the comments below. Let us know where we should head. And if you're out west right now too, maybe we'll meet up with you.
Also, if we can park at your place,
Yeah,
definitely let us
right.
know. We're getting spoiled in Southern California because it is not easy to find a spot to park. So thanks to real life friends for helping us out. So thank you so much for checking out the 5 lessons we've learned on the road, and we hope to see you next week.